So today concludes part 3 of what I've been calling the predator trifecta. And I'm going to be doing something a little different today and sharing just a portion of a presentation I gave last month with Angela from Growing in the Garden. And I hope you guys enjoy, and I will catch you at the end. To just start with ladybugs. Technically, as my entomology people would throw out lady beetles, they are actually beetles, but just to stick with terminology that most of us are familiar with and just kind of rolls off our tongue, I'll just stick with ladybugs at the moment. They are feeding on anything and everything that they can grab a hold of that's soft-bodied, even as adults, but definitely as larvae. We'll go to the next slide and we can see the eggs, which showing here, might even have on the next slide too. Yes, is they will lay them not quite everywhere, but any place that she has decided there's enough food for the larva. And you can see they are kind of a oblong cylindrical shape, kind of a egg yolk yellow. And thankfully there's my hand, so you can get an idea of, they're not that large, but they are clustered together. They have this color. So if you see this, it's definitely ladybugs. And they eventually emerge into this black, prehistoric, alligator-looking creature that is voracious. So we can go to the next slide and see it at different stages. And they do come in kind of they can be a little more have a little more yellow on them or a little more orangish red. That just depends on the particular beetle, because there is a wide range of what we call ladybugs. And they'll keep feasting for probably almost up to 3 weeks before they turn into, I believe it's the middle image that you're seeing, where looks like it's almost ready to burst, and it kind of is. So the next slide, we see forming the pupa, and this is when it's getting we call it the cocoon or chrysalis. It's a pupa form, and it's now going to be developing into the beetle, and which we see here. We have one that's just emerged, which they don't always have their spots immediately. You do have spotless ladybugs, but you also have some that it takes it a moment for the spots to finish developing. And I want to touch on, for the next slide, is not all ladybugs are red. So you have some that are gray and others that are black, and there are going to be some as small as your pinky fingernail. And I definitely want to highlight the mealybug destroyer, which is the largest image that you're seeing here on the right. It looks like a little, I don't know, bristle brush or something. And you're thinking it might be a mealybug, but in this case, there's a little bit of mimicry going on. And it's not just going to eat the mealybugs. It also, just like your other ladybugs that you're used to seeing, going to eat the aphids, any other soft-bodied insects. And this one, the easiest way to tell the difference, this is going to move quickly. Mealybugs, generally, you don't see them move. If you want to quickly be able to know that this one is a destroyer, just watch it. You're going to see this thing moving so fast, looking for food. So I really hope you found this helpful, and would love to hear your comments or any of your observations. And if you haven't checked out my previous videos, I'd go do so, as this concludes the third video and final of my what I call predator trifecta. So I will see you next time.